They're exaggerating, but at this point,
Ladies and gentlemen, you can continue this in about 20 minutes. Okay? Let the record reflect that we came back into regular session at 8 minutes after 7. There's no decisions were made. It was information only. We have a resolution approving a mutual termination of purchase and sale agreement between ACE Educational Foundation Incorporated and the City of Vienna regarding property located at 12th Street, Vienna, West Virginia. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that it hereby approves that certain mutual termination of purchase and sale agreement executed by the City of Vienna and representatives of ACE Educational Foundation Incorporated as attached hereto and incorporated by reference herein. Further, the mayor is authorized to take any steps or actions as are reasonably necessary to execute the terms of this agreement. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution approving a mutual termination of purchase and sale agreement between ACE Educational Foundation Incorporated and the City of Vienna regarding property located at 12th Street, Vienna, West Virginia.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, then I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. The last item that we have on our agenda this evening is the update on the Jackson Pool.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I wanted to, as part of my update, council had received this from me, but I wanted to be able to share this with the public as well, just as a kind of a thorough update on what has been happening. So I'm just going to, if you'll indulge me, I'm going to read the email that I had sent to council, on Saturday the 2nd. I'm happy to provide you with another pool update in progress. As I communicated with Omni about the financial proposal, some challenges became clear. We needed to know how much they would charge, but that is based on the scope of the work. And we don't know the scope of the work until we hire them. But we can't hire them until we know how much they charge. Can you see the cycle? They had sent me a cost, $17,000 for site review and assessment. Beyond that, though, it wasn't going to be fair to them or us to try to put a dollar amount, on the total project cost. I did not feel we as council could make a decision to hire them yet based on just the assessment cost. So after consulting with Russ and the mayor, here's where we are. My simplified analogy is this. You want to buy a house, but the termite inspection has to be done. In getting the inspection, you are not committing to buy the house. It is just the next thing that needs done so you can get closer to the final decision. We have to know what we are dealing with at the pool. Council can't even come up with a good budget for what we want to spend until we know if we can keep the current footprint or if we are looking at a total redo. The evaluation has to be done no matter who we hire for the project. On Thursday, Mayor Rapp signed an agreement for Omni to complete the site assessment. This is a standalone agreement with no guarantee that council will hire them for the pool project. Based on their results, we will have the information we need to decide on a budget, tell them what our desired goals are, and ask for the proposal that will lead to a hiring decision. The $17,000 came out of 542-4015 in the amount of $9,568 and 542-4016 in the amount of $7,432 in the 2021-2022 budget year. Omni and Martin Aquatic, I had said at that time they were going to be here at July 6th and 7th to complete the assessment and meet with the pool design team. I said the special meeting I keep saying we're going to have, it will happen when it's time, but we're on this wild ride together. I'll continue to keep you updated and we'll continue to pursue the most efficient path forward. Well, July 6th and 7th came, but we had to reschedule that because weather in Orlando, Florida was bad and they canceled flights. So the team that was supposed to come up from there could not come. So now it is scheduled for next Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, the evaluation and assessment will happen. The guys from Fairmont, the guys from Orlando will be coming up to take a look at everything. And then on Wednesday, the design team will meet with them and find out what they've discovered, answer any questions they have, ask our questions, and that kind of thing. So things are still moving along. And as soon as we have the results from that, we can really start, getting some numbers together and start talking about what we're looking at and decide what it is that we want to do up there. So I think we're still doing well time-wise. Our goal is still to have it open for the season next year, and we're going to keep pressing forward and do everything that we can to make that happen. Anybody have any questions, or did I leave anything out?
That's good.
Okay, very good.
That's good.
Well, thank you for your work.
Yeah.
So we will continue on down the road. All right. That concludes our agenda this evening. Council comments. I guess I'd just like to give you kind of an overview of several things that are going on. Craig, the River Road Water Project has made it down to Hall's Chocolate now. I don't know how long it will take to do that actual interconnection between the line that we're putting in and the existing lines that are there. But in my opinion, it's moved very well. We have had minimal traffic interruption. I've not had any complaints from anybody. And so I'm happy with the way that water project is going. Any comments from that?
It should be making that connection in next week. We've also charged some of the line out, get this out. Before I contact, that's what this affected, they start line, the laterals in these streets, like 27, 28, like Street. Then they'll work with them today on the commit for the CSX railroad. Crazy charges allowing, CSX is requiring, I pay them $2,100 per day for flagging stuff. So that's the one that takes 3 or 4 days.
Ain't nothing easy about the railroad.
Yeah,
No, they're really jerks.
yeah. Same flight. So, yeah, it's been right along. I'm very pleased with the contract. A good job for what they get it tied in, get it back in service, then we'll come back in and start paving River Road, and that should be done.
Okay. There are several other projects that we are working on. The dredging of Pond Run is moving forward. Craig has been working with the Soil Conservation Service. We have all the numbers as far as what needs to be done to get that project. We're still working to get the funding together for that, but it is moving. I mean, we're making progress on that one. The bid was accepted for the stormwater project in Greenmont Hills. That should happen very quickly.
Start tomorrow.
Start tomorrow. That's very quickly. Okay, good deal. And so that stormwater project up there was a collapsed storm drain that has literally put a hole in a gentleman's backyard that you could put a car in. It's that big. So anyway, we'll fix that and we won't deal with that again, hopefully. I'd like to compliment Chris Mancuso for the effort that he's put forth. We've been working a lot on the Spencer's Landing design. Chris has taken all of the information that we've gathered from all of the different groups that have submitted suggestions, things they would like to see. We've given him the information that we got from the online surveys that we did. Every person in Vienna has had an opportunity to suggest or make their wish list of what goes in down there. And we've met with seniors, we've met with youth, we've met with regular citizens to try to gather a consensus. And so Chris is going to take all of that information and make us a rendering of the things that were the most popular items. But I've asked him to do that in a way that it's like a puzzle. You can take the different pieces that people have requested and move them around that 17-acre tract down there and see what best works. So hopefully in the next few weeks, whatever, Chris will have time in his schedule to work on that. And then we'll actually start to get a visual of all of the things that people have requested and some of the items that are going to be up to council to decide if that's something that we want to put in there. But it should be a really nice rendering as far as the majority of the information has been very similar. There have been a couple things that have been suggested by various groups that I think they're great suggestions. If we can work them out, I think it'll add a nice touch to some of that down there. But walking trails, picnic areas, restrooms, an amphitheater, boat launch, kayak launch, those things there, they're going to be priorities, and then you all get to decide what direction you think that we should take this project. But it is moving. The other thing, the kayak launch, as Russ pointed out, it will be on the agenda for the next meeting, that we officially change the location from Spencer's Landing to 12th Street. That will be up to council to decide that, if that is something that works. Craig Metz has presented some really terrific drawings showing the feasibility of that and what it will look like and how much easier it will be and how much safer it will be if we move it to 12th Street. And now that we've taken the 12th Street property back, we have tons of room down there for expansion or addition to whatever, the kayak launch turns out to be. So that project should get started in some sort of a finalized form very soon. Craig, what else?
Looks like soil conservation parks will buy some homeowners.
Well, there you go.
Pretty pleased about that.
Yeah.
Didn't like how it's going to dry dam, so I haven't done it. So they offered to purchase a slope mower for us. I think we got to do is promise we mow.
Do you think you can get them to criticize a back truck or something?
Yeah, I get it. Maybe we'll work on that with the slopes out there.
All right, council comments.
Yeah, I would like to jump in. I am very excited about the things that are happening down on the riverfront, and I'm glad to finally start to get involved in some way with that. Hopefully I'll keep pulling everything together, and there's been a lot of input and a lot of voices and a lot of great ideas, and so I'm definitely looking forward to kind of coming up with a couple of different designs and options and showing what the potential of Spencer's Landing and 12th Street can really be. So I'm definitely excited about that. I'm hopefully looking forward to getting more information about Jackson Pool. I've kind of expressed my frustrations with how that money was spent with everyone. But, I want to make sure that we're doing the best for our community and making sure that, when we go through this process, we're doing it through the best way that we can. So if I can help out with that in any way, I do have some pretty good expertise in architecture and design. So I would love to continue to be involved with any kind of projects like that I can. But
Anything else?
I have a council comment. Last month we had a lady here, and her name was Deborah Jenkins, and she was having a family reunion or something at the community building. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, cars were broken into, and through that, we discovered that the cameras are not working in that parking lot there. So this has been an ongoing thing, and we keep having different issues that we cannot rely upon the cameras then for law enforcement to be able to go back and determine who's causing the vandalism or who's causing the crime. And so I don't know where we are with cameras, but it seems like we're not where we need to be. And I don't know how we get there, but I mean, it's embarrassing actually that we don't have camera coverage at the community building.
I was going to say is, I understood it to be that where this incident happened wasn't covered by cameras, not that our cameras weren't working, correct?
Well, that's
I'm
what
just trying to understand.
But I do understand there's been other, from what I understand, there have been other incidences this summer at our various facilities, our parks, that we're not catching on cameras because cameras don't work.
Okay, so I can answer both of this.
Okay.
All right. There are 5 cameras mounted on the community building. They all work. It was an issue exactly like you said. There's a blind spot right on that one corner. All right. I don't know how you do that. I mean, you can't put cameras every 2 feet to catch these things. We mounted them there so they would catch the parking lot and look back over towards the restrooms. And we mounted some to look back so we could get license plates when people leave the park. And then we've got some cameras down there that look over the playground so we could make sure that that was a safe area. And we've got them on that side of the parking lot because the last time that someone got their window broken out, we didn't have them over there. You know, 5 cameras on one building that size is a lot of camera protection. We're still working to try to get more cameras. I have 3 purchase orders up on my desk right now that total about $31,000, and they're all for cameras. Okay, so if we can bring those back. There's not enough money in this year's budget allocated, so it's going to take a budget revision to do that. But the more cameras you have, the happier the police department are, because that's one of those situations. But as far as that particular incident, I mean, honest to goodness, five cameras on that little building, it's just amazing.
Well, I mean, maybe we need more cameras on that little building. I have a much smaller building. I have 7 cameras on them. So, we can address that. If we have a blind spot, we need to put a camera, let's do that.
But they were working, so it's just an issue of the line of sight, so. All right, nothing further. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.